I watched another anime this past week.
What did you watch?
I watched Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Oh, you watched the movie?
in cinemas.
How was it?
It was.
Say it. Say it, God.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Not mid. I liked it. I thought it was good.
It was good. It was good.
I
It was.
liked
It was.
Did you watch it in 4XD?
Was 4XD?
Where they like spit on you and shake the chair and stuff.
No, I didn't know that was an option.
Did they have that for you?
Yeah, they did. They
They
did.
spit
Wow.
on you.
They like blow air.
just one person just like.
They blow out. I don't know. I like the animation. It was pretty.
I don't know if watching Demon Slayer has just spoiled me in terms of like shonen anime films,
True.
but like
Could be.
I went into like the not with like the expectations that it was going to be Demon Slayer Mugen Train level, but I did come in knowing that that was the last shonen anime film that I had watched in theaters, and I came out being just mildly amused and just impressed by some animation points, but at the end of the day, it was like the most 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I was going to say
experience.
it's a 7 out of 10.
Was the story good?
It was okay. It was okay. Like, okay. So,
Bro, the people in the cinema next to me were fucking bawling their eyes
Oh
out.
yeah, of course.
And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
you good?
Literally everyone in the cinemas when I watched Mugen Train was just light sobbing from every corner of the room, and I'm just like,
okay.
now
This
now.
woman next to me was like full on bawling. And I was like, are you okay?
Yeah, because like to me, Mugen Train, the thing that made Mugen Train special for a shonen anime film was that it actually felt canon. You know, it actually felt like it had a real tangible effect on the story. Whereas I know that Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is technically canon because it's technically supposed to be a prequel, but also it's like starring like a main character that we hadn't seen before. And
But no, it is canon. It's prequel. Right?
No, it is-
so
it
has-
is-
it is canon, yeah.
it is canon, but it didn't feel like anything I watched in the movie had any effect to like anything I watched in the TV series.
A little bit. Very minimal though.
Like,
mainly to do with
like-
the bad guy.
Mainly to do with the bad guy, and then I found out spoilers from the people I was watching it with, and I was like, oh, okay, so I'm not going to
Don't tell
spoil.
me, yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't
going.
know.
I'm not going to spoil. But it had like, it didn't really have that much of an effect. It kind of felt like a side story, if anything, rather than actually having a proper, like, I should care about all the things going on. And I think that's my problem with a lot of shonen anime movies, is that there's zero reason for me to care about anything going on.
We spoke about this like last time we spoke about movies.
Literally every One Piece movie.
Well,
Yeah.
I you know, it's a good experience, but it is a bit odd because it's like I think it's been #1 at the box office in Japan for 10 weeks now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And it's just like
I'm not
these things
even
are just money
surprised.
printers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not.
Just money
Like,
printers.
After Mugen Train, it's just like every industry is just like Eagle Vision on cinemas now. It's just like that's where the money is.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the industry is definitely gearing up more towards movies because, like, yeah, we're
I mean, Heaven's Feel was like fucking insane as well for that like 3-month process of like all those movies.
yeah, because
too,
like when I got invited to see Jujutsu Kaisen, I thought, oh, it's a bit late, isn't it? Is it still going to be in cinemas? Because I missed out on seeing Dune because that was only in cinemas for like a month and a half or like maybe even less in Japanese cinemas. But like with anime movies, it just seems like it just never goes out.
dude, Mugen Train was in cinemas for a year.
Yeah, like what?
A year.
Like how is it a year later people are still seeing it in cinemas and they're still making money of this shit? I mean, I guess that's why it's like the top grossing anime movie of all time. But like my time scale for how long movies are in cinemas are like completely fucking destroyed by anime movies because they just never seem to go out. They always seem to be in there.
How long has Jujutsu Kaisen been in cinemas for now? Like a couple of months.
Didn't it come out it came out Christmas Eve.
Oh shit! So it's almost 3 months.
Yeah, almost 3 months, and it
Fucking
doesn't
hell.
seem like it's even close.
Yeah.
To it doesn't seem like it's even
Yeah,
close.
because they have showings in 4XD, MXD, or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have 3D, and they have Dolby Atmos, and there's a fuck ton going. So
yeah.
Christ.
Like when I was stuck in Hokkaido, because the airport has a cinema there, I was like, oh, maybe I'll see what's playing. Literally it was Jujutsu Kaisen 0 for every single
Really?
playtime.
They didn't have any other stuff.
No, they didn't.
Wait, was
have
it just one screen, or was it multiple screens?
I believe it was 2 screens.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of cinemas all around Tokyo that have like 20 plus screens or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you can watch, there's tons of foreign films, so many of them.
And you can watch Jujutsu Kaisen on 7 of them.
Yeah, I watched Operation Mincemeat. that's what it's called. The one with Colin Firth.
That doesn't sound like a real movie.
Never heard of that at all.
No, it's about like a World War II operation where they like made a fake person, but they got a real dead body and gave it fake documents and then washed it up in Spain.
Wait, is that like based off a true story?
Yeah, it really happened.
Oh wow,
really cool, really cool story.
That's pretty dope.
Basically, like they wanted to make Germany think that the UK was going to attack somewhere they weren't, and so the way they did it was by floating a body to Spain with fake documents on it, and then Spain leaked it to Germany, and then Germany thought it was real and stuff because they made this person like look so convincing that they were a real person.
Pretty dope.
It's a really cool story, but the movie was shit.
Oh, okay. Is it a comedy?
It's a drama, but the problem, I guess, it wasn't shit. It was a very
How would you make that a comedy?
5 or 6 out of 10. No, it's focuses on like the personal drama amongst the people who are doing the operation.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like
it's like
a
human drama
there's like a love
biopic.
triangle and shit, and it's like, what, this is a fucking war. What's going on? What do we? I don't know. I was
The
very
Notebook of World War II.
Yeah. It was just kind of like, all right. Well, the thing is so interesting itself, like the whole story. But obviously, there's not much known about it, so they obviously had to make a
Build
drama
it up.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, I mean, Colin Firth's great. He's always great.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of like, all right,
Just
okay.
me.
Yeah. Well, like going back to what you said about, it was shit. Like, I was having this thought the other day because, like, I'm getting so bored of the word mid, right? Because like it just seems like I tweeted out a tweet about like fucking Demon Slayer and the animation, and somehow that was like one of the most toxic Twitter tweets.
You tweeted about Demon Slayer animation?
Why would you do that?
After what happened to me, God?
Why would you do that?
I just said Demon Slayer had good animation. And that was it. What was it? It was just like, oh yeah, Demon Slayer, I watched season 2 and I'm like, okay, maybe it did deserve best animation. My fucking God. I literally had to mute that thread compared to everything else going on in the world. That was the thread that I had to mute in the past week.
I'm like gagging just thinking about that comment section.
People are clowns, right? Like it does have the best animation. It's not even like a contest. When people say there's other things that are better, no, it's not. Is the story the best? No. But like people are equating the fact they don't like the show or they don't like how much attention it's getting, being like it doesn't deserve the best animation. Listen, it does. It just flat out does.
Yeah.
Does that mean that it's a good show? No, it doesn't. Is it a mid shonen series like story wise? Yes, it is. But the animation is fucking god tier.
Whoa! I'm not associating myself with that opinion.
Listen, I fucking love Demon Slayer, right? But it's the same reason why I watch porn. I like what's going on the screen. I don't like the plot.
I love Demon Slayer, but is like the most like
I love Demon Slayer, but it's mid.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
I was so hyped watching it, bro.
Yeah.
But to sit here and be like, it's a complex storytelling.
No.
It's not.
It's
right?
a super simple shonen. I think
It's
like
straightforward.
What does mid mean to you? What does mid mean to you? Like,
Mid means to me is that you can watch it and there are many aspects of it that you enjoy, but there's also a lot of aspects about it that just don't grip you. Like there's a lot about it that
like Jesus Kaisen.
No.
To me.
No, because I was having this thinking.
I think the story is mid, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like,
You know,
as an overall show, it's good.
I think the story is slightly above mid. I think it's a solid story. It does everything it needs to.
Slightly above me.
This is such a fucking meme. Jesus Christ.
That's like saying like it's slightly above shit.
Listen,
It's mid shit because like
the train movie. I'm gonna say it was boring as fuck. I was bored out of my mind watching that.
The whole way?
No, okay, there was bits where it was good, but like the first
60%.
like 70% of that movie,
Yeah.
I was actually like resident sleeper, bro. I was sleeping.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I was
agree.
like, God
I
damn.
think people forget that like because everyone only thinks about the last fight and like the last 30 minutes of that movie because the last 30 minutes were fucking great. They were fucking amazing. The actual part when they were on the train was to me pretty
boring as fuck.
It was
The
pretty
part
boring.
where they like go into the dreams, I was just like snooze.
Yeah.
Like literally
yeah.
snooze. Literally snooze, yeah.
I don't
But
know.
like-
It's yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but like to me, like I had this realization that to me, like something shit. Like when I say, oh yeah, it was pretty shit. It was like it's a 5 out of 10. to me that's shit, right? Whereas, you know, like I don't know why.
Is a 5 out of 10 shit to you?
I don't know why.
To me that borders on like average.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's the
when
thing,
was
is
the
that
last
you
5
can-
out of 10 thing you've watched?
You can tell yourself that 5 out of 10 in your head means that, but it doesn't. 5 out of 10 means
Right.
that because you're never going to give anything a 1 unless you really hate it.
Right.
And you never hear anyone giving a 3 or a 4.
See, because in my head, like I'm operating on like the My Anime List rating score, right?
So
Where,
when's
like,
the last time you, in your mind, gave something a 5 out of 10? You could be watched, read, whatever, right?
Okay, because
let me think about
because
that.
7 out of 10 means that you didn't hate it, but you were happy. Like you had an experience that you were happy with.
Yeah.
Did it blow you away? No. 5 out of 10 means that you're not sure if you wasted your time. And that's why it feels weird giving things that you're like, it's mid, a 5 out of 10.
Because like I think a 1 out of 10 isn't even wasting your time. Because at that point,
That's an insult.
At that point, you watch a 1 out of 10, you're like, this is just entertaining. This is
Yeah,
so
this is
shit.
so bad that
this
it's
is
good.
so like you watch X-Arm, you watch Berserk 2016, you're like, okay, this is obviously like fucking terrible,
Yeah.
but I'm having a good time watching this just to shit on it.
So that's like to me, it's like 5 is like the middle where it's like, all right, if you do nothing good and nothing bad, you get a 5. Right, it's the most basic.
No, to me, a 5 out of 10 when it comes to anime. To me, a 5 out of 10 is like I finish watching it, I feel nothing about it, and I forget about it in a couple weeks.
5 out of 10 for me is like, have I wasted my time? I'm not sure.
No. 5 out of 10 to me is, have I wasted my time? Yes. This was a waste of time. It was.
Right.
I didn't.
But
get,
it wasn't horrible. Right.
Yeah, no.
So what would you define as 4?
It's because,
What would you say 4 is then?
4 is okay. Here's
Four to me is like I'm going to forget about this, but all I'm going to remember about this show is that it was a waste of my time.
No, because here's how I think why when we say what the average when we say what the middle of the ground, what the average score is, most people will say 7, even though logically you think it's 5.
a 5,
Okay,
yeah.
so if it's a 5, it's probably like the lowest that you will ever finish a show. Because to me, if it's a 3 or 4, I probably watched 1 or 2 episodes and I didn't even finish it because there's nothing in that to grab my attention. 5 is just like, there was enough for me to finish it, and then I regret finishing it because it was.
I understand that.
Yeah, because there was nothing in there that made me want to like remember it or left an impact on me.
But the 5 out of 10s are like, in my opinion, they're the worst shows because they're just thrown into this pile of like, oh yeah, that existed.
What would you give Jujutsu Kaisen out of 10?
I give it like a 7
Okay, that's fair.
because it's like
And that's mid,
no, I wouldn't consider that.
It's
mid.
slightly
It's
above mid.
okay.
It's okay.
see, to me, right, when you say 7 to
Yeah.
me is like, you were happy and had fun watching it, but the moment it's over, you don't feel compelled by the show at all. There's nothing that makes it like really stick in your memory. It's
Yeah.
like, it's a good experience and you don't regret it, but nothing after the fact makes you want to actively think about
But
it.
that's the thing. It's like with Jujutsu Kaisen, like I finished it, and it's like I had a pretty good time watching it. I was like, okay, yeah, this is good. But like when it was finished, I was like, am I compelled to go read the manga or like continue it on? Not exactly. Like to me, My Hero Academia is the exact same thing. Where it's like season 1, it's like, yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was cool. You know, I can see why people enjoyed it. I had a pretty good time with it. Am I compelled to continue on with it? Personally, no.
What would you give did you watch the new Demon Slayer season yet? Have you
Yeah.
watched it?
Yeah.
What would you give it? I personally, even though I said the story is not the best, I still think it's like an 8 or a 9.
I'd give it
was
like a
banger,
solid
bro.
8.
Bro, it was hard. It went hard.
I would give it an 8.5 to 9. And that's the reason I say that
We're
is
all in
because
agreement. The Demon Slayer Council has
Yeah,
decided.
strong 8. Strong 8.
Yeah, it was amazing.
because
Like, it was
I
great.
don't agree that the story is mid, because a lot of people say the story of Demon Slayer is mid, and to me, like, Demon Slayer's story, it's as simple as it needs to be, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's as simple as it needs to be to make the rest of the good parts shine. The problem with Demon Slayer is like when you have an arc like Mugen Train and there are like fights that don't stand out as much, it's like really, really apparent, like just that the story and the characters don't carry the show as much. But with season 2, because half the season was just a fucking full-on action fest, you're like,
So good.
you're like, fucking hell, this is like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. And like that's the point where, okay, I don't really care about the story that much if the action just fucking slaps this hard.
Yeah.
How dare
You know what I mean?
How dare you say the animation?
You know what I mean?
How dare you say the animation? is good.
Wow.
I don't think we ever talked
be
about that on the
ashamed. You should be
podcast, have
fucking
we?
ashamed.
Yeah, you
Well, yeah,
get
because I'm too afraid to. Because I've been on the other side quite recently.
getting cancelled about talking about the animation.